Hi guys, so I'm going to be talking in this video about the three categories which we separated our systems of linear equations into. So I'm also going to be adding what you do next. After you figure out what category it's in, how do you move forward with your substitution method and everything like that. So without further ado, group 1, or A, is both equations are solved for y or both are solved for x. So the point is each equation is giving you one variable. We're not getting x and y, we're not messing with that. So here I have y and y given to me by each of my equations. I first have y equals 2x plus 3, and then I have y equals 5x. So I know then that I can write 2x plus 3, if I could get this to work, equals 5x, because that's like saying y equals y, right? I got it from each of my two equations. So then your step is to make them equal each other. Okay. Ignore my scribbles. So how do I move forward with solving this? Well, just like any other equation. So I want to get x by itself. So I'm going to take away 2x from this side, make a zero pair, and I'm left with 3 equals 3x. Get rid of this 3 being multiplied by x. I get 1 equals x. So now I'm going to look at my equations again and think which of these would be the easiest to plug x into. And that's going to be 5x equals y, because I'm just dealing with really two variables. So if I move over here, 5 times 1 equals y. 5 equals y. So my ordered pair is 1, 5. And I'll show you how to do the check later on. I just want to move through these groups. So one equation is already solved for x, or y is my next category. In my first category, I'm seeing that I'm given 4x plus 2y equals 0. I don't know what x is, and I don't know what y is based on this equation. But here, I know that y is equal to half x minus 5. Therefore, I don't have to go through the effort of simplifying this top equation to find y. I can just plug in whatever y is from here into my first equation. So I'm going to substitute the known variable as my next step. So that's going to look like 4x plus 2 groups of half x minus 5 equals 0. So now I'm going to carry on with my distribution. 4x plus 2 times half x is 1x. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10 equals 0. I have my like terms here, so I get 5x minus 10 equals 0. Get rid of this 10 by adding it to each side. 5x equals 10. Divide by 5. I get x equals 2. Now I'm going to find my simpler equation again. I don't know if it's totally obvious. I think this one's more of a choice for what you're more comfortable with. I'm going to do the one with the fraction. So y equals half of 2 minus 5. Half of 2 is 1. And if y is 1 minus 5, then y is negative 4. And my ordered pair is n 2, negative 4. So now let's check. Let's go back to our original equations and plug in our values. So I have 4 times 2 rather than x, plus 2 times negative 4 rather than y equals 0. And negative 4 rather than y equals half 2 rather than x minus 5. And it's pretty straightforward from here. So 4 times 2 is 8. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8 equals 0. 8 minus 8 is 0. That is, in fact, correct. And negative 4 Half of 2 we know is 1 from earlier, and -4 equals -4. That's also correct. So I'm all good here. Now my final category is when neither of the equations are solved for x or y. More likely, we're going to have x and y on the same side of the equal sign with a whole number on the other end. So here I have x plus y equals 7 and x plus 3y equals 17. So what do I do now? Well, I'm going to solve for x or y. And before I do that, I'm going to choose the simpler equation and then solve for a variable. Now, as you've been looking at this, you've probably determined that the simpler equation is 1x plus 1y equals 7. I don't want to deal with this 3y. I'd rather just kind of subtract and get to the chase up here. So if I have x plus y equals 7, I'm going to take away x if I want to solve for y, but you could also solve for x. There's my 0 pair. Y equals 7 minus x. So now I'm going to take this information and substitute it. I'm going to do it into my second equation. Why not? So x plus 3 times 7 minus x equals 17. So I plugged in 7 minus x for y. And now I'm going to just carry on as I normally would. X plus 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times negative x is negative 3x equals 17. Got my nice SmartBook logo over there, so I'm going to move this down. I've got some like terms over here. X minus 3x is negative 2x plus 21 equals 17. Taking away 21 from each. Negative 2x equals negative 4. Divide by negative 2. Negative 4 divided by negative 2 is going to get me a positive 2. Now that I know that x equals 2, I can just continue and substitute it into one of our equations to find what y is. So if I'm following x plus y equals 7, I'm going to do 2 plus y equals 7 and take away 2 from each side. Y equals 5. So now I know that my ordered pair is, that was supposed to be green, 2, 5. And if I'm checking with my original equations, which we know we have to do, that was x plus y equals 7 and x plus 3y equals 17. So let's do it. 2 plus 5 equals 7. 2 plus 3 times 5 equals 17. 2 plus 5 equals 7, which is in fact 7. 3 times 5 is 15. And I have 2 plus 15 equals 17. 17, you guessed it, is equal to 17. So hopefully that helped you to see how to sort these and then how to move forward with each of them. And if you're still struggling, try rewatching the video, or you can always email us with any questions. Have a great weekend.